Welcome back to the compound. So today what we're going to be doing is getting this Husqvarna GT852 XLS up and running. Better condition, with all the maintenance, ready for mowing season. So this unit has 328 hours, which is a lot for it being a 2016. It's been abused. It's been sitting outside for like the last 2 years, maybe 3. So it's not in the best condition. It's worn out. I'm no longer doing lawn. So the basic maintenance that you need to do on your mower to get it prepped for mowing season is check the plugs, change the oil. If it's beyond, change it every 100 hours, same as your oil filter. If it hasn't gone over 100 hours, all you really need to do is just check the oil level. You're going to change your air filter, pre-filter if needed, your gas line filter, top off the battery, air up your tires. My 2 tires, they won't hold air, so I need to pull them off and plug them. Remove your deck, check your deck belt and your drive belt to make sure they're in excellent condition. Also your blades, if you're going to need to sharpen them or install new blades, go ahead and do that. You're going to grease your front axle, you're going to grease your hubs on your deck if your mower has that option. And while I'm at it, I'm just going to go ahead and give the bottom of the deck a coat of paint. It's that real thick, heavy gauge stuff from the factory compared to the normal decking, but I'm going to paint it anyway because, you know, rust after mowing for so long, the paint ends up completely disappearing on the bottom and you got bare metal. As soon as you mow with it after you paint it, it's going to, you know, go back to bare metal again, but it'll slow down the rust population. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. Engine runs great. Overall, it's a good unit. And pull the wheel right off. Done deal. Grab this, see if there's any play. Not too bad. A little bit. I found the leak. It is a huge nail right there. Alright, so I got the bushings torn down. They seem to actually be alright. Eventually they're going to need replaced, but I think they're good. What happened was there was a thick washer on the bottom here on both sides, and it completely disappeared, so I was able to dig through the things and get that. I'm out of the bolts for the 3/4 inch shaft, so this one still has a lot of play because it ended up wearing the ones on the back side here on both of them. So I gotta get another one and that'll be good to go, and then we'll grease it up. Your spark plug's a 5/8. Pull them both. I mean, if your engine seems like it's running fine instead of on one cylinder, you can probably just clean them and stick them right back in, or you can just give it a tune-up, your choice. I'm not even gonna waste my time cleaning these. These are burned up pretty good. So I got a new set right there. Let's install it. Alright, the gas line filter, I actually put that on in the fall, so that's still clean. Got the battery topped off last night. And now, let's pop off the air filter cover. So what I'm going to do before I remove this and put a new one on is I'm going to probably blow this out, or maybe pull it off, take a damp rag and wipe it out. Not sure yet. Ended up having to take this out, blow it to death because it still has some life to it. But this, I had to completely scrub it out, then blow it out, then scrub it again with soapy rag, and then blow it out again because it was so funky. But now it's good to go. I think I'm ready for oil change. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna remove this side panel, because that's where the drain plug is. We'll drain it into something, then we'll change the filter, and we'll be good to go after we add some oil. This would have been so much easier if I didn't have the deck, but I got this oil pan jammed up in here. All I had to do was pick up on that side, it popped right off. Took the headlight wire out. Now I'm going to pop this cap off, twist, and hopefully drain it into here, over to here, and down the drain. This is going to work. That thing slid right up over that. I just got to twist this somehow and pull it out. But it's so freaking jammed up with crud. I don't know. I kind of messed up. That orange hair oil filter there, I forgot to change it. I ran inside, letting the oil drain. I came back out, filled the thing right back up, and completely forgot to change it. So this could get interesting. I've never done this with oil actually in the tractor, so we shall see. They don't leave you much room to work on anything. That's a fact. There we go. It's a really nice one. I picked up at Harbor Freight I got it for Christmas. It was dirt cheap. Alright, here's this. Here's the model number. You should be able to see that. Bring Stratton. Rip this cap off. What you're gonna do is go ahead, take your oil. Got some old junk in there. Put a little oil inside the actual thing. And you're also gonna take a little bit of oil and run around this, just like that. And you put this on by hand, but not by tool. You snug it. That's all you're doing, is snugging it. You're not ever tightening it. Hopefully I can do this quick without any issues. Oh yeah, a whole lot of issues. There you going. Don't do that. So what you would do is all that black oil that I supposedly changed, there was still some in there. Just snug it. I've never had any issues with it leaking by snugging it by hand. So do whatever you want if you want to screw it up. Just keep an eye on it just to make sure that wouldn't hurt. Alright, got that cleaned up. Nice and nasty. I'm just going to set that right over the hole on the oil pan. The removal Husqvarna deck is very, very simple. It has two card keys. Pop the belt off, slide it forward, and unhook the front. That's it. So here's the first card key down up here. Well, there's 4 total, 2 on each side. Oh, and don't forget the little sway bar in the back. That's falling off. And don't forget that washer right there. So once you've taken that off and the belt, all you gotta do is slide this forward and it'll pop out of that groove. And I gotta do that to both sides. You can see here how this one came undone. Right there. And it'll lift right down, then you can drag the deck out. Done deal. Alright, the deck is out. This is the point where you clean it off. Flip it over, clean it. check your belt, make sure all your pulleys are tight, nothing's loose. Make sure your clutch spring is still good. Your clutch is right there, works on the spring. The idlers look good. And I'm gonna go ahead and grease everything up, flip it over, and probably throw on some new blades. The air gun, the air compressor. Go ahead and remove these. There's a tool they make. It's really simple to tighten down on the side, holds the blade in place, undo it, done deal. But when you're doing an air gun, you kind of don't even have to do that. You can hold it with your hand. Just got to be careful. Something I like to do each time is grease up the end of the hubs where the star is, and grease the bolts of each hub, because if you don't actually change your blades, or you don't mow your yard enough to actually have to change them or sharpen them, they will sometimes actually lock up and rust. But if you grease them like that, it's fine. Just make sure you have them, real tight if you put them on by hand, because you are greasing them up, making it kind of easier for it to slide out. But I've never ran issues with a hair gun, so I always like doing that. It's running late, running into a sun, so I'll probably pressure wash this tomorrow and paint it. But for now, we're going to grease it up, hubs and this, and we're good to go. Alright, got it painted. I got the blades installed, as you know, and I'm going to let it sit like that, dry, then I'll flip it over, grease the hubs, install it, grease the front end, and we are complete.